What's up guys, Double here, and today I'm bringing you guys my third episode for my army attack strategy series. Here in this video we're going to be covering over the giant healer strategy attack, which actually happens to be my second favorite army composition setup to be using when I go for raids, of course. And it was actually requested by a lot of people for me to do this, so I'm glad you were, because I do actually like to use this setup when I'm farming. As you can see, I'm at the 1900 trophy range, trying to stick around this tier 3 crystal league so I can get that nice loot bonus. As you guys know, they did increase it not long ago, so it's actually not that bad now. So besides that, we're gonna go for 3 raids here in this video, and just a quick heads up, I am still a little bit sick. You can probably hear it in my voice still. Not fully recovered yet, but it has been 5 days since my last upload, so I'm kinda getting a little bit disappointed with myself now and my immune system not being able to kick in and help me out a little bit here because I'm struggling. And yeah, I still do have an ear infection right now. I'm currently on meds and I'm having trouble hearing myself right now as I'm commentating, so I'm hoping this turns out okay, but I'm probably going to be messing up a lot in this video, so sorry if I do. I'm trying my very best. I can't even hear out of my right ear right now because it's that messed up, so yeah, it's a little bit difficult to commentate, but I'm going to try my best like I said, and let's get on with the video. So also just want to point out that I know a lot's been happening in the last 5 days, like the update stuff, like Supercell released a bunch of new info as to what's going to be in this update, and also you guys probably just saw that I do have a new base layout, not the one that I had in my speed build, so I'm going to explain all that at the end of this video. But for now, let's just focus on the actual video itself because people are here to learn about the giant healer strategy attack, so let's get on with it. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to see if this guy has clan castle troops. That's the number one thing you want to do here, so I'm going to put down 1 barbarian, and this guy does seem to be extremely inactive and all the resources are in the pumps and mines. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put down 3 lightning spells on this air defense here, and what we want to do is we want to try to take out as many air defenses as possible because we do have the healers on us, and what's actually going to help us win are the healers and of course the giants, but giants aren't going to survive very long without the healers themselves. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put down 2 minions just to check if there's any seeking air mines or any air bombs, because if there is a seeking air mine, then those minions would lure it out, and that way I wouldn't have to worry about my healers dying right away. So that's a good thing to do sometimes, is to just bring 2 minions. That's something that people don't usually do, but I'd highly recommend it, because if there are seeking air mines, then you definitely want to make sure that those aren't in the way. And as you can see now, there are no air defenses on the bottom part here, and my giants are just going to rip away at all the defensive towers on the bottom part. And also, as you can see, I'm trying to help my giants get some more openings here by putting down a couple of wall breakers. And good thing I also have a dragon in the clan castle, so that's going to help out a bit as well, because we're only down to 2 air defenses, and I'm hoping that my giants can get to the one on the left, or the top left side here. As you can see, that's next to the barbarian king, which hasn't even been lured out yet until now. And what I'm going to do is, because this barbarian king is coming up here, I'm going to put down that rage spell, and so that way my dragon can take that barbarian king and not do too much damage to my giants. So yeah, that's the only reason I put down the rage spell. Just a heads up, I'm not recommending to be using this many spells. I'd only recommend to bring 3 lightning spells, which does cost around 60,000 gold, and it's not that bad. You know, this is pretty much like an assured 100% if you can actually use this setup properly, and that way if this guy has, or if your opponent has a lot of resources, it's actually going to come out in the end that it was worth actually spending that 60,000 gold on the 3 lightning spells, because if you can get 100% on a person's base that has, let's say for example, 200,000 gold, then you're gonna get around 120,000 gold, and also, sorry, what am I talking about? 140,000 gold. Sorry, my math just kind of failed there. You're gonna get 140,000, and if you're in Crystal League or in this area, you're gonna get that 20,000 bonus. Like for example, I'm in Crystal tier 3, and I get about 21,000 gold and 21,000 elixir, so that's gonna be around 160,000 gold each raid, which does pay off in the end. So you know what, I actually only recommend to use this if you're actually going to be up in this range, which is of course around the 2,000 range. And only reason I'm saying this is because this is where the harder bases kind of come in. As you can see, this guy was Town Hall 10. Even though he was inactive, it was pretty easy, but that's just a heads up. You don't want to be using this setup if you're going to be down at around 1,400. I'd much rather recommend you use BAM or something like that. But as you can see, we got an easy 100% on this guy's base and walk away with a lot of resources. So let's go for our next raid here, and as you can see, this guy doesn't have as many resources as the last guy, but still pretty decent, 233,000 gold and 221,000 elixir, and it does seem that this guy's also inactive. His X-bows aren't loaded, so most of the resources are probably in the pumps and mines, but we're going to try to get 100% on this guy's base. So first thing first, I'm going to check if this guy has clan castle troops, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put down one barbarian just to check up on that and make sure that there's nothing there. And now I'm going to proceed on with the base. I'm going to put down those 3 lightning spells on one of those air defenses, and now as you can see I'm going to make an opening on this side. I'm going to put down those 3 barbarians to act as meat shields, and I think I put down about 3 or 4 wall breakers just to make sure I get through those walls there. And now I'm just going to lure out this archer queen so she doesn't get in the way. I do have 15 archers on me, and I'm also going to put down 2 wizards, so just to make sure she gets out of the way. Going to put down those 2 minions just to make sure that there's no seeking air mines, no air bombs or anything like that, and there doesn't seem to be any, so I'm going to put down all of my giants, going to wait for that air defense to get taken out, and as you can see it's out of the way. Going to put down my healers so they can start healing my giants, and the other 2 air defenses are way on the top part there, so I'm not worried about this raid. We should be able to take everything out. I did have minions in my clan castle, so they're going to help out a little bit as well, and as you can see I do have 5 archers left. Going to try to take out some of these outside buildings so they don't get in the way later. And now this guy's barbarian king is coming in. Good thing that my healer is trying to heal up some of my wizards there, so they did take him out quite easily. I did put a rage spell on the top part there where my giants are, just to make sure that they take out that air defense super quick, because my healers are coming towards the center now and I don't want them to die, of course. So healers are kind of doing a crappy job right now. As you can see, they're focused on just 1 wizard, which is kind of pointless, and now all of my giants are just on the top part there taking all the damage, not being healed, but it doesn't really matter. We seem to be in a pretty good state right now when it comes to this raid. As you can see, all that's left is just 1 air defense that might get in our way, and it's only taking out those minions, so I'm not worried whatsoever. And we still do have a lot of giants alive, and also my archer queen, barbarian king, and a couple wizards are still up and running and taking out some of these buildings, so we should be able to get an easy 100%. As you can see, they just took out that air defense. My healers are still alive, and now they're healing my archer queen to full health, which is pretty awesome. So sometimes healers are kind of dumb because they go for like 1 troop. For example, like let's say a wizard is on its own and it's getting damaged by like a wizard tower, then they're just going to stand there with that wizard until it gets healed, or sorry, until that wizard tower gets taken out and that wizard is full health. But as you can see, they do a pretty good job sometimes. Like right now, they're also healing my barbarian king, which is pretty great because he does take quite a long time to regenerate when he's you know, low on health. And yeah, he was just about to die earlier, and now he's like halfway healed, so that's pretty awesome. So anyways, that's it for that raid. 100%, we're gonna get all the resources and everything, so that's a pretty good raid. Let's go for our next raid here, and to finish things off, this guy has a lot of elixir, which is pretty great because it's probably gonna cover the cost of this attack and also my next attack, which is always good, of course. And also, as you can see, he also has 274,000 gold, which is also something I want to go for, of course, because we are farming. So let's go for this guy's base. One mistake he did is he does have an air defense on the top part there, which is very easy for me to take out. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to lure out his clan castle troops, and he does have some archers, surprisingly. This is why I always tell you guys to check for clan castle troops. I mean, this guy is obviously inactive. He has 357,000 elixir, which obviously shows that this guy hasn't been on for a little while, but it's always good to check for clan castle troops because you never know. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lure them out all the way down here to where this air defense is. I'm going to put down those 3 lightning spells as soon as they're on top of this air defense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put down one more archer and make sure that they get right on top of that, and I'm going to put down those 3 lightning spells and take out that air defense, and it should also take out all those clan castle troops, so that was a good move on my part. And now we're just down to pretty much this air defense on the bottom part here, and there's also another air defense right on the very right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right above that wizard tower, and as you can see, he has 2 air defenses on the top part, and also 2 air defenses on the outside, and there's also yeah, that's it actually. Sorry, my bad. I thought there was another air defense around here somewhere, but I forgot we just put a lightning spell on it, so I'm like, where did it go? But yeah, as you can see, now they're taking out that air defense that was just on the very right side there, which is great. That rage spell was kind of a fail because I thought they were going to go more towards the center, but I guess not. It doesn't really matter though, because as you can see, my healers are still alive and we're in pretty good shape right now, and they are actually helping out quite a bit because they're healing. I think that's about like 6 or 7 giants that are going towards the center there, so we should be pretty good. As you can see, see, this guy is like half of his base is already gone, and it's been about a minute and 30 seconds, so we should be good to go with getting 100%, but we'll see how things go. Really, the last thing that might get in the way now is just that air defense on the very top part there, but I highly doubt it because there are a couple giants that are going on the outside there with my Archer Queen, and as soon as they go up to that air defense and take it out, the Might Healers don't have to worry about anything else besides potential Seeking Air Mine that might be sitting around here somewhere, but I highly doubt it because this guy's been inactive. As you can see, there's so many resources, and I just highly doubt that this guy has any trap set up or anything like that. So yeah, we're pretty much just finished with this guy's base. We're down to 55 seconds, and there's just like 2 wizard towers, a mortar, a cannon, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So as soon as they take out these defenses, all that's left is just a couple of outside buildings, and we should be good to go. So yeah, this was a pretty successful raid as well. We got every single little resource. As you can see, he has no dark elixir, no gold, no elixir left, or anything for us to take. So all that's left is just to get 100%. And little mistake here, guys. As you can see, he has a builder's hut on the very bottom part here. Uh-oh. We're down to 20 seconds. I don't know if we're gonna make it, guys. As you can see, they're gonna take out this top one here, and now they gotta run all the way to the bottom to take out this bottom one. So this was a mistake on my part. I always tell everyone to make sure that they have at least a couple archers left on them just in case there's outside buildings, and I completely forgot to check for each corner. And as you can see, we're not gonna get that 100% mark, but it doesn't really actually matter because we are gonna walk away with every single little resource this guy had, and also 18 trophies. But of course, I'm not even trophy pushing, so it doesn't matter. That's sort of just like a tip for anyone who's actually trophy pushing and wants to actually get 100% on people's bases. So anyways, we're back here now. Let me just tell you guys why I switched my base layout. Reason being is because I think I like this one a little bit more than the one I had in my speed build. I'm not saying the one in my speed build is bad. That one actually did pretty good. I got someone using the go wipe on that base layout, and they got about, I think, 50,000 gold and 50,000 elixirs. So really, if someone uses go wipe on you and they only get 100,000 total off of you, then that's a great success in my opinion, because I had a total of 400,000 that you could have taken and you got 100,000. So in my opinion, that's a win. I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty good. So anyone who actually did copy that base layout, don't feel discouraged just because I'm not using it anymore. It's a great base layout, and I'd still highly recommend you use it because it does do a pretty good job defending. And other than that, there's not really much else to talk about. There was also the recent things that Supercell just released for us, like the update info as to what's going to be in the upcoming update, of course, like the mortar level and all that good stuff. So I'm not even getting into that. It doesn't really matter. Everyone's already talked about it. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed watching this video and it was informative, make sure to hit that like button down below. It helps me out a bunch, and I'll see you all later. Alright, so peace guys, and keep clashing.